Have you ever followed a habit your whole life, only to find out later it might not be helping you at all? Walking has long been seen as the gold standard for healthy aging. But what if, for some seniors, the thing that's supposed to help is quietly hurting them? In this video, we're going to explore 5 situations where too much walking might be doing more harm than good. Stay with me. What you learn today could protect your comfort, mobility, and maybe even your life. We've all heard it. Just keep walking. That walking is the golden key to aging well. That as long as you're putting one foot in front of the other, you're doing something good for your body. But what if I told you that for some older adults, walking too much might actually be quietly chipping away at your health? I know, that probably sounds like nonsense. We've been told for decades that walking is the safest, simplest, most effective exercise. And for many it is, but not for everyone. In fact, there are 5 types of seniors for whom excessive walking can cause more pain than progress. It can worsen chronic conditions, strain vital organs, or in some cases, shorten the very independence it's supposed to protect. This video isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Because once you know what to look for, what your body is trying to tell you, you can adjust, adapt, and thrive with movement that truly supports your health. Let me tell you about people I've known, friends, patients, even family, who walked every day with the best intentions, but didn't realize the silent damage until it was almost too late. Let's begin. 1. Advanced osteoarthritis. When every step hurts more than it helps. George was 78, a proud early riser. He took long walks every morning, but over time, his right knee would swell up after each stroll. He blamed it on his shoes, on getting older, on anything but the truth. What George didn't know was that his cartilage had worn away. Every step was bone grinding against bone. When you live with advanced osteoarthritis, especially in your knees, hips, or lower spine, the pain isn't just discomfort, it's a warning. Walking long distances, especially on pavement or hills, can accelerate joint damage and strip away the little mobility you have left. Eventually, George listened to his rheumatologist and switched to low-impact exercise like water aerobics and recumbent biking. The result? Less pain, better sleep, a brighter mood. His story is a powerful reminder. Moving more isn't always moving better. 2. Heart failure. When movement becomes too much for the heart. Sarah, 84, used to walk a mile every day. It was her time to breathe, reflect, feel alive. But lately, her walks left her dizzy. Her ankles were swelling. She chalked it up to age, until a doctor told her she was in advanced heart failure, and walking that far wasn't helping. It was putting her at risk. When the heart is weak, even gentle activity can strain it. Your breath shortens, your body begs for a pause. Ignoring those signals could lead to hospitalization, or worse. Now, Sarah does seated exercises and gentle breathing routines. She still feels active, just without endangering her health. It wasn't about slowing down, it was about tuning in. 3. Balance issues, when every step feels like a gamble. Frank was a retired teacher, sharp, spirited. He noticed he'd been swaying more, losing confidence on curbs and stairs. But he pushed on, thinking it was just stiffness. Then one rainy morning, he slipped and fractured his hip. Months of rehab followed, and a heavy realization: he had ignored the signs. Many seniors with balance impairments push themselves to walk anyway, believing independence depends on it. But the truth is, one fall can steal your mobility forever. Frank now uses a walker. He does indoor balance classes and has regained strength, this time, safely. His story isn't one of defeat. It's a story of wisdom earned the hard way. 4. Uncontrolled high blood pressure, the hidden risk. Robert was 81 and had a habit of walking his neighborhood loop every day. He believed it was keeping him strong. What he didn't know was that his hypertension was spiking dangerously each time. One hot afternoon, he collapsed in his driveway. A neighbor saved his life. Today, Robert checks his blood pressure daily. He walks only when his numbers are steady. He learned the hard way that exercise isn't helpful when your cardiovascular system is already under stress. Walking is not a cure-all, especially if your body is quietly struggling. 5. Neuropathy and nerve damage. When you can't feel the warning signs. Some seniors with diabetic neuropathy or nerve conditions keep walking even when their feet go numb. But what they don't realize is that loss of sensation means loss of feedback. You could be damaging your feet and never feel it. Blisters, ulcers, pressure injuries, and worse, infections that lead to hospitalization or amputation. Movement still matters, but it needs to be guided, gentle, and monitored. Final thoughts. Walk smarter, not harder. Walking can be beautiful, healing, meditative, but it's not one size fits all. Especially as we age, the body speaks in whispers: discomfort, fatigue, instability. If we ignore those signs, they eventually start shouting. Longevity isn't about pushing through pain. It's about partnering with your body. So here's the truth. Adjusting your routine isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you respect the only body you've got. It's a sign of strength, of clarity, of grace. Take a moment today and ask yourself, how does my body feel after walking? Am I energized or drained? Empowered or in pain? Because when you start walking with your body instead of against it, you don't just live longer, you live better. So what have we learned? Walking is good, but only when it's right for you. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, movement needs to be thoughtful, not forced. Ask yourself, how do I feel after a walk? Strong or sore? Balanced or unstable? These are the whispers from your body. Listen to them. Because real strength isn't about pushing through pain. It's about knowing when to pause. You're not weak for slowing down. You're wise for adjusting. And you're brave for listening.